I'm Mark Sponsler from StormSurf.com, and here's the surf forecast for the Hawaiian Islands for the week starting Friday, June 10th. Brought to you by your surf authority, expert advice, and friendly staff, Hawaiian South Shore. Surf right now on the South Shore is small, in the thigh-high range. No real defined swell is hitting. It's impulse swell from a variety of just very weak weather systems. And let's take a look at that. This is significant wave heights for the South Pacific Ocean a week ago, Friday, June 3rd. And just looking through, we're looking for any sort of a storm or gale in the South Pacific that's produced any meaningful seas. And here we are at Tuesday, last Tuesday, nothing. Continuing on, finally, then on Thursday, a day ago, a gale started to develop in the Tasman Sea. Now, this is not optimal for Hawaii, but still good enough. You get swell from it. But all these islands here, the swell has to filter through that before it arrives in the Hawaiian Islands along the South Shore. So some of the size gets cut out. But the good news is, at least there is a gale that is developing. 26-foot seas, this was yesterday, continuing in about that range till we get into this morning, Friday morning, fading a little bit from there. Now let's go look at the future. We start by looking for any sort of a gale, that is winds 35 knot or greater, aimed off to the north, to the northeast, that's where Hawaii is, with a decent-sized fetched area, and continuing long enough to generate swell. So here we go. Here's our sort of our gale in the Tasman Sea. There's Australia, New Zealand. You see 30 knot winds, 35 knot winds in pieces, but over the bulk of the South Pacific Ocean, I mean, this is off way out of the Hawaii swell window. There's really no fetch of interest occurring. Now, as we get into Saturday, a much more organized gale with 45, almost 50 knot winds is forecast, aimed well off to the north, again, helping to produce seas, and that should produce swell. The gale, as we get into Sunday, starts pushing over New Zealand. A secondary gale forms south of Tasmania. It pushes off to the northeast. And then even more interesting, as we get into Monday and Tuesday, theoretically, the gale is to reorganize southeast of New Zealand, perhaps with up to 45 knot winds aimed off to the northeast. And that could generate a bit of a swell unfiltered through these islands here and providing more direct opportunity for swell long term. And then as we get off into Thursday and a week out, Friday, everything dissipates, and that's the end of that. Let's go take a look at the effect of these winds on the ocean surface. So here we are, significant wave heights for the South Pacific Ocean. Here's our Tasmanian Sea gale, currently with 23-foot seas aimed off to the northeast. But we know that it's supposed to get reinvigorated as we get into Saturday, with seas 33 feet, perhaps building to 36 feet, and maybe just a little bit more, 36 and a half feet, something like that. And continuing as we get into Sunday, then getting caught in the boot here of New Zealand and becoming shadowed. Another little bit of energy way south might provide some secondary swell, but nothing that significant. And then as we get into Tuesday, the whole thing reorganizes again with 34-foot seas building to 37 feet right here on Tuesday afternoon, and continuing to 39 feet and fading out on Wednesday. That should provide a good opportunities for swell longer term. We'll get into that in a second. Let's take a look at the wind forecast for the Hawaiian Islands. Here's Oahu, mostly trades, 15 knot, maybe a little bit more. That is today on Friday, and pretty much that's the theme for the coming week. Saturday, 15 knots out of the east, maybe pushing 20 knots later in the day. Sunday, again, 15 plus knots, so a little bit stronger trades. Monday, same deal. Tuesday, same deal. Wednesday, trades back off a little bit, but there's no strong swell forecast, so I don't know that it matters too much. Maybe wind swell along the east shore of Oahu. It'll be pretty choppy indeed. And then again, Thursday, same deal, trades east-northeast, and Friday, trades east-northeast in the 15 to 20 knot range. So wind swell, and that's probably about it. So looking at the immediate forecast, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no swell of interest. That doesn't mean it'll be flat. That means waves will generally be thigh-high or less. Great opportunity for learning how to surf. Go out there, rent a board, go get just get yourself started. Try to figure it out so that when there are bigger waves, you're in tune and ready to go. And we think that the Tasman Sea gale, possible swell starting on Friday, so a week from now, and then that should go on for several days, and then the storm moves east of New Zealand, and yet another couple of days of swell from that. So now's a good time to go stock up on supplies, get your wax, get your sunscreen, get your beach towels, do whatever you got to do to get warmed up so that when swell does come, you're ready to go. All right, that's it for this week. I'm Mark Sponsor from StormSurf.com. Be sure to do all your shopping at Hawaiian South Shore and have a great week. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel.